2nd Avenue, 59th Street. For the morning rush, the 59th Street Bridge. The evening rush, the Queensborough Bridge. As we go under, look up, you'll see the cables for the Roosevelt Island tram. The tram and bridge featured in the film Spider-Man. See the tram car leaving on the right. And of course, you know why I have to point that out. And I'm Spider-Man. Book, The Power Broker by Robert Caro. He never cared what impact his decisions had, although his highways and parks benefit us still. Example, they would still be the Brooklyn Dodgers. The O'Malleys wanted to build it. In response, the Dodgers are moved west to L.A. A lesson Robert Moses learned. The more highways you build, the more traffic, the more congestion problems, the more highways you need, the longer he perpetuated his power. Bridge mighty Triborough. It led to Long Island's population explosion, but the highway cutting Harlem in half led to its downfall. 125th Street is open, although exit 19 off the highway is closed. It is the epicenter of the Harlem Renaissance. On the right, see our police boatyard. Behind the boatyard, the baseball field. Behind the back. Because of a shortage of luxury boxes. Yankee Stadium and a city park switch places. 26 World Series won on the old field, one at the new stadium. The chase for 28 begins next year. Mighty A-Rod has struck out. But the Yankees have told before. Where was the first home stadium for the Yankees? Where was the first home stadium for the Mets? To the ball game, what ballpark was it about? It was the Polo Grounds, a parcel of land for me to farm. I'll teach you how to farm best. Let's go visit the Bronx land. B-R-O-N-C-K, apostrophe S, because that's the spelling. When the English came into power, they didn't know the story or spelling. They marked it on the maps the way they thought it sounded. The Bronx land. B-R-O-N-X. We've been stuck with the myth. It is the oldest bridge in New York City. The right half with the aqueduct arches is original from 1846. The tower on the left was the pumping station. We use underground tunnels to bring water to Manhattan today. A writer used to walk up here with his beautiful young sweetheart. Sad tale, she died young. He missed her. Two lovers would walk hand in hand across the bridge beside the water back to their cottage in the Bronx. The poem, Annabel Lee. The writer, Edgar Allan Poe. First line in the poem talks about their kingdom by the sea. Doesn't that tower on the left still haunts High Bridge, looking for his lost love? Probably looking for his... All 14 lanes of Interstate 95 go underneath them. Did Robert... Imagine an evening rush hour and a 7:05 Yankee game start. Bob bridge is the Washington Bridge, not the George Washington Bridge. Same president, different bridge, different highway. Route 1, the oldest highway in the nation, goes across here. Although there were 26 bridges in the nation, including one in New York named for George Washington, Robert Moses wanted another. Quote, why can't we have two? He was a great man. We'll have the old one and the new one. No one will mix them up. Across this bridge. It is so important for the national transportation system of goods and people. It gets painted once a year. It's a new bridge every time you need one. To build a bridge, you can add levels to. Architect and engineer Oscar Ahmad was a genius. The secret is the four cables up top. Each one of the four cables is over a mile long. Each of the four cables, and each of the four, 25,757 individual steel wires. If you took each steel wire out and laid it end to end to end, the bridge would fall down. But they'd wrap around the earth over 4.5 tons. And as you go under the bridge on your left, the central character from the children's book, The Little Red Lighthouse and the Great Gray Bridge. If you're taking a photo, you go for the door. The door. Hildegard Swift wrote it. Lynn Ward used light and shadow to create an expressive face on an inanimate object. A city landmark protected for kids ages, and we lived happily ever after. Last call for the cafe, folks. Last.
You get to eat out of food.
Garbage trucks took the trash to pier, dumped it into blue barges, which tugboats took to a landfill on Staten Island. Those are the garbage barges. We thought. Sadly, September 12th, on your left, there's a gray rotunda with columns, properly Grant's Memorial. Nobody calls it that. Everybody calls it. Who's Granny Grant's? Say the seek away and the duck comes down. I came to New York to become a college professor. Got the job for a private contractor running...
Like the tugboat.